What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Ray here on behalf of Pitch and Tents. Alongside me is Davis, special guest, Mr. Jeff Holloway, here with Season 2, Episode 7, Pitch and Tents. Everything you need to know about the rental industry right after our intro. All right, and we're back. I'm Ray. Alongside me, as always, is my partner, Davis. We have a very special guest today. Mr. Jeff Holloway has Macon Tent Rentals in both Georgia and the People's Republic of Texas. And Davis, I know you know Mr. Holloway a little better than me. Why don't you softball the intro and build him up a little bit?
What's up, Jeff?
Pretty good.
How you doing, man? We appreciate you coming out here, dude. I know it was a not super long drive for you, but
No,
you've been here, there,
enough.
and everywhere in the past couple of days.
I have. Yeah.
So let's just jump into it. Anybody that goes through these shows already knows who Jeff Holloway is. I mean, we all see the cowboy hat walking around, and everybody's like,
Joe messed that up, man. Joe from Lowsburger. I showed up at the, the IFAI thing, and I don't know if I had my hat on or not, but anyway, he said, Cowboy Jeff, come here. Let me talk to you. Next thing I know, it was
everybody knows you as Cowboy Jeff.
Come on, man. And then he comes to my house. He brings his whole family. He comes to my house and he says, "Hey, the kids want to ride. We want to go push cows. What do you got?" So give me just a second.
Well, let's get it up.
Yeah. I said, "Have you guys ever been on a horse?"
Have they?
Well, so maybe now. I said, "Come here, let's go over this."
I'll put you on the right one. Don't worry.
Yep. So at the time, it was a great experience, but it just stuck because of him.
No, I mean you're kind of a true cowboy at heart. I mean you've been pushing cattle your whole life, haven't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, he, from hat to cowboy boots, which I'm kind of surprised you didn't have them on today.
I got my teeny boppers on today, man.
Your tinnies on.
Yeah, got my teeny boppers on.
Right. He has. How many pairs of boots do you think you got?
I don't know.
But he gets them handmade, and they're the sweetest looking boots you'll ever see.
Davis is young. He's never had plantar fasciitis or lower leg pain or neuralgia. You'll get there one day.
Well, I think it was one of the shows we were at, and somebody had said, "Do you always wear boots?" Like, it was at ARA. They were like, "There's no way you're wearing boots all day long on the show floor." I was like, "Honestly, they're the most comfortable thing." I said, I'm a cowboy," and they go, "Jeff Holloway's a cowboy, and he's wearing tennis shoes today." And I was like, "Oh, why you got to bring Jeff out of this?"
I saw Davis at the local gym the other day. He had cowboy boots on the squat rack.
Actually, not long ago, I forgot my gym shorts and stuff and went straight to the gym and worked out in jeans and boots. Got a couple weird looks, but...
Yeah, you people that work out, I don't get it. I just don't understand it.
I've met a couple of gals that...
What are you doing?
Like, you ain't got the time in the day, Joe?
No.
I've met a couple of gals. I guess it's called breaking horses. They're the ones who kind of hold them down. And I asked this girl, I'm like, "You a CrossFitter, professional bodybuilder? What do you?" And all she did was break horses. Probably the most...
jacked.
Yeah, she was yoked, man. She looked like you without the chest hair coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I have a question. How does one go from you're pushing cattle, obviously a real cowboy at heart. How do you venture into, I know briefly when we talked before the podcast started, working with high-end wedding planners and basically a whole culture of people that are probably completely alien to the life you lived?
We just grew up doing it. We were dairymen back in, the early days. And so I grew up, in the around a truck or a tractor or cattle.
For the New Yorkers, Northeastern Michigan folk, I mean, I know dairyman, I'm assuming that's milking cow. Do you mind giving maybe a little bit more of an insight to someone who might not know what a dairyman is?
Yeah, so we push cattle up in a milk line and milked, but my great-grandfather started Macon Butter Company in
Macon Butter Company?
Mm-hmm, in 23. Okay. And so we were butter and ice cream, and it just evolved into we were brokers, and then we were brokers for cream, and it just led on to that. When the buyouts happened in the 80s, my dad could see the writing on the wall, and Macon Tent Rentals was advertised in the paper back in the day.
What year was that, Jeff?
86,
Yeah.
87.
Where were you in '86?
Not even a thought.
And yeah, and 88 they were making deals and figured out this was probably our next move. And 89 we made a purchase of Macon Tent Rentals, and so I went from fooling around in a shop in a truck and a milk line to driving stakes and asphalt and stretching canvas. And we had blue and tan, yellow and tan,
Pole tents.
and frame tents. We used the Anchor Fiesta frames, and we were slinging tables and chairs, working out of a storage building.
Yep.
And it just evolved. How we got into the wedding planners, my dad was the guinea pig, the first to sit with Anchor on a Century back in the day. It was a prototype, and our first big wedding was, I think, 91, and it just took off from there. So I don't know anything different than to, speak the language and understand, what the wedding planner is thinking and where they're going, how to make a setting to where, I just, like you said, we've been doing it most of our life. The farming side of it, the cattle side has helped a lot. If you can, as well as anybody, if you can get in with the dad, if you can talk about what's going on with his farm and his cattle and whatever else, his daughter's getting married and we want to have it here. And if you can get away from all that for a few minutes and talk to him, it just helps. You're in,
Yeah.
It always comes down to the farmer's daughter. That's
I'm very thankful that that they want to have an outside wedding. We can create a city inside the cow pasture, is what I've always said. Restroom trailers, power generation, and HVAC, and then water.
You doing a lot of those restroom trailers?
Yeah.
They're picking up.
Yeah, it's a good thing for us.
We had they had a couple of those up at Matchford this year too. And when I went out to give you a big old company called Pro M out in Arizona, I got to see their storage yard, and they just had. It's funny, we had a sales meeting this week, and I showed Joe what 600 porta potties looks like at a time.
It was a lot,
and it's it very, very much in the industry that I come from to the industry that y'all are in now. There seems to have been a genesis where it was good old boys in a truck, and if you told somebody probably circa 1990 that you work in tent rental, they might look down their nose at you. And it's really become what I would say, when you look at the trucks and the cars in the parking lot at a tent show, I would say that the business owners have had the last laugh.
Yeah. And Jeff, you can probably speak to this. I think the tent industry as a whole, even in the past, 2-3 years, has just boomed, it seems like.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like these weddings are getting, like you said, they're getting huge. I mean,
that, and there always comes to that moment where the wedding planner has had enough of being somebody's next in the big office, and she says or he says, hey, I can start my own tent company.
Yeah,
it's easy to do.
Yeah.
If you've seen it and you understand it, you know what it is, you're in business.
Right.
And it's just labor.
That's the biggest thing, is the labor.
It is. That's that missing magic piece that everybody in this industry struggles with.
I've seen some videos on social media from y'all recently. It seems like y'all have a pretty tight knit group down there in Macon right now, and some boys have stayed on with you a good bit.
Yeah, very thankful.
You got any that stand out that's just like, dude, I couldn't do it without him?
Oh, for sure.
Basically all your guys?
For sure.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
Do you have any advice maybe for, there's a 30-year-old Jeff out there starting a company, he's having a tough time keeping labor.
I'll tell you what I did. And it's no magic sauce. There's not a business owner, in my opinion, on the planet that doesn't seek the holy God, for every day. I just, you just, there has to be, I need you right now. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what happened. I got in my red truck. It was one, it was in August. And I do all of my thinking. I do all of my business planning and thinking while I'm riding.
Yep.
And at that moment, the radio was off, phone was off, and I just went to riding and praying. How in the world are we going to make it? I mean, I'm wore out. If I'm wore out, everybody else is wore out. And I said, I don't know what to do. And you look around at some business owners, they run their business different. We do. We run ours just like we did in the summer of '89, just starving to death. We treat it like if guys are out there washing, we're going to be washing. If they're putting up, we're going to be putting up. So I just riding and praying, how in the world are we going to make it through? What are we going to do? And took off and met a couple of, bigger guys. And what did you do?
Yeah.
Tell me the magic. And fortunately, one guy led me to another guy, and he gave me a phone number. And so we started hiring actual tent labor.
Yeah.
And that's been the saving grace. I mean, every business has to have your normal employee where today we're going to be refinishing tables.
Yeah.
Today you're going to be washing trucks.
Chairs and all that
Today
stuff.
you're going to be washing chairs. Today you're going to be washing tents. But installing, that is the key. It's time is money. How can we do this more efficient? What do we do? And that's been our saving grace right there.
Good tent guys. Are you sending any of your tent guys to the classes and stuff like that, getting certified? And do you think that's going to be coming down the line?
Listen, all of that is great.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's fabulous. We all need that help in the industry. Our insurance is insane.
Yeah.
We're a general contractor labeled as and that's not the case.
Yeah.
You carry a GC license for the company?
No. I'm just saying that's where our insurance, they put it all under one category, and it's just ridiculous, But
is it in both states, or do you have one that's a little bit easier to work with than the other?
yeah. I mean, it's all. I think it's a nationwide thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it doesn't matter where you are. So I think it's great, getting certified and all that. But there comes a point, in my opinion, where somebody needs to back up just a little bit and go, we don't want to see, the yellow car with the light on top and the hard hat. I mean, who wants to see that on a project in the backyard?
Yeah, putting up a wedding.
Come on now.
That is a hurdle that I foresee coming.
Yeah.
You got these mom and pop, these smaller guys too.
Yeah.
They can't necessarily afford to send their guys, and if they do, this is a conversation I've had with a couple.
Yeah.
Biggest issue is retaining labor. We're getting the same guys back, right? If you invest in that one guy or two guys and send them off, who's to say they won't leave and go find another job that's paying them $2 extra an hour?
That's exactly right. It always comes down to the cash flow.
And it's hard to invest in something that you don't know.
That's exactly
if
right.
it's going to be a long-term thing.
But at the same time, you can't afford not to.
Right. It's a double-edged sword.
It's exactly right.
You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
That's right.
So you might as well just bite the bullet and do it, I guess.
That's exactly right. If you're going to be serious about it, you gotta maintain your employees. You got to maintain. If there again, you got to have the cash flow to do it. And that's it's a very fine. It's a tightrope you got to walk.
Yeah.
Going back to, how did you do the wedding deal? Man, that was the easiest thing that I knew how to do and maintain our cash flow. Go meet all of them, the florists, the decorator, all of them.
Yeah.
Just go do whatever it takes to do your best to get in with them, and not necessarily stay on the cutting edge, but be consistent.
Mm.
That
That's
was
big there.
that was the
consistent.
thing that at least they know.
They know what they're going to get when they call you every single time. And moving into the whole wedding thing, is that basically like y'all's focus, Macon Tent Rentals? Is it?
It's been that curse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not too many people in the industry that spent a gajillion dollars on a wash bay,
Right.
to maintain the equipment.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's just how we started.
Yeah.
From the beginning, you walk through the milk line after everything is done, you're cleaning up, everything had to be spotless.
So you just carried that over
you
from the cattle into the
You just carried it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
same priorities, it's just different.
Yeah. You're married to a dairy, you're married to the tent business.
Yeah.
It never stops.
There shouldn't be any repeat. I'm just thinking like a funny thing on the outside. You always hope for repeat business. And in the wedding industry, I mean, like the godly part of me hopes that there's no repeat business. But on occasion, I'm sure somebody might wind up renting twice, Mr. Holloway.
Yeah, well, we've done a few of those, but we don't talk about them very much.
Good to see you again. I'm sorry.
Who's this one?
You're really going to try this one again. All right.
Well, you made, just for the tent thing, and this is from an outsider's perspective, you and I had mentioned briefly, whatever y'all are out there doing, that's, I respect everybody's path to faith. The wedding industry it used to be done only at a local church, and now as weddings have kind of moved more into what I would call a secular fashion, I think the tent industry, and I'm from New York City, don't hold it against me, those wedding venues they would price people out.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at six figures now, and you can, what you guys have the ability to do is to actually bring the event to the consumer.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to follow any rules, and you don't have to be out by 10 o'clock,
Right.
and you don't have to have it all cleaned up. And
try
you don't
parking
have
at
to,
a wedding venue in New York City on a Friday night at 8, like everything that it just becomes a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
And a country club is typically not open after dusk. So I mean, if you have a 7, 8 o'clock, when I watch the industry, as I ventured into the rental industry, I saw people that found opportunities for business within a pre-existing bit, and it's been fun for me to kind of watch that.
Yeah.
How many people, Bo and our buddy out there in Magnolia, he found somebody that basically had a pasture that wasn't being used for nothing. They turned it into a 5-star wedding venue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it cost nothing. No vertical construction, no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a blank canvas, and when we leave, it'll be set up for a wedding.
And the more rustic, the better. Imagine that.
That's kind of what kept me in the rental business too. Because I mean, Jeff, I've been doing this since I was in high school, putting them up, and it's just there's something about getting to a site and there's an open field and there's nothing, and you leave there having set up somebody's dream wedding day.
Yeah.
It's instant gratification.
Oh, for sure.
And now you're talking about
Yeah, the
wedding
awful
planners.
part is going to tear down.
Yeah, the teardowns. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
worst part, especially when they paid for the whole shebang and you got to take the dirty plates off too.
Yeah, I hate the tear downs. I hate the, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
I love the setups and all that stuff.
The setups are fun because you get to be really attention detailed and really show what you can do. When we're talking about wedding planners, is there multiples that you use constantly, or is it?
I'd love to say, I'm their number one. And
Yeah.
whoever calls, we really try to maintain the ones that we've been working with for years and years.
Yeah.
And but I certainly am not going to
Turn one down.
I'm not going to interview them and ask them, how long they've been doing and all that. I'm happy you call.
Yeah.
That's actually I always like to pivot at least a part of the podcast towards the upper 20-year-old, early 30s starting out in the business. I go out there in the country and I knock on doors for a living. That's basically what I do, is try to solicit business. That could be a really scary thing for somebody new to the game. So when you have these pre-existing relationships, there might be a 31-year-old Davis out there, best tent installer, amazing eye for detail, understands the culinary game. But without those relationships, ain't nobody fitting.
Nah, you saw him.
But if you can kind of look at that guy and be like, hey, do you go in with a servant's heart and a servant's towel?
Yeah.
Do you try to make a friend first? One thing, if I were to go down to your tent business and I would say, hey, sir, I'm from TopTec, and the first thing you'd say, I said, I'm here to beg for any crumbs that you might be able to bestow upon me. And when you go in humble like that, most folk will at least give you an audience.
Have a seat.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
So, I mean, if you could talk, go ahead, 35 years of experience, both cowboy and dairyman and, tent renting. Tell John or Cindy out there how they can cross that bridge.
You got to go to the show.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the number one. I try to tell everybody, if you don't make an effort to the show, you're going to be stuck where you're at.
Yep.
You got to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing is, be on your knees. Any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, and gives to all men generously to those that ask.
Amen.
That's the whole key. And I listen, I'm this guy that second generation, uneducated, bought the thing and said, this is what we're going to do. Well, that's all fine, great. But how you going to keep it going?
Yeah.
You can't sell enough to pay the note. You get where I'm going.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't find your inventory and go, well, we don't use that. Maybe we can pay the note this week. No, it doesn't work that way.
Mark Twain had a great quote. I said great. Good to see. Mark Twain had Mark Twain had a great quote, and he said, "I never let my schooling get in the way of my education."
Amen.
So whenever I meet guys and I've got, I'm sure Davis does too. I've got business mentors that kind of pave we all just kind of stand on the shoulders of giants, for lack of a better phrase. So when I do, the humility is sincere. But to say uneducated, that would almost be an inaccurate statement. I think a lot of people, especially as we go to the shows, a bachelor's degree in construction management from UT.
I went on pasture management, animal husbandry, and I'm using it today.
Yeah. I'm a criminal justice major.
Ooh, there you go.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were you going to be patrolman?
I was going to go into law school.
Law school. I could see him being a state. He can't. I was
either going to go
state,
wearing a big flat hat, real tight shirt.
I was either going to go to law school or I wanted to be a game warden until I figured out how much a game warden made, and I was like, God.
I wanted to be a Texas Ranger.
Baseball player or Chuck Norris?
No, he had to. So there's things that you have. They won't let you. You can be a DPS officer and not be from the state. I wasn't born there, so. But the Ranger, you have to be born in there.
In Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have to have 4 years of education, 4 years of military, and
the Texas Rangers are
then 4 years of DPS.
Dudes.
Evan, can you and I want you to leave this in, when we fade to credits, I want you to play the Texas Ranger theme song for Mr. Holloway today.
Whatever.
That's
Chuck was the man.
Rest in peace, Chuck. Dude. By the way,
R.I.P.
Chuck was the man.
He's not dead.
But
what they say? What they say that death didn't get Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris just got death.
Joaquin Jackson. That was the Ranger. He was the Ranger that everybody looks. All the Rangers say, man, he was the man.
Yeah.
There's a book about him called One Ranger.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you do any tent rentals for? And I only bring this up because obviously Texas Rangers are a pretty unique talking point. Anything for sports or 4-H, cattle auction? Do you do any real fun stuff you could talk about as far as renting tents out?
I did the 200-year anniversary for the Texas Rangers.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And what'd you put up?
30 meter.
Yeah.
30 by 30.
30, chairs, tables, all this shebang underneath
all that.
it?
They had a planner do all that. Pat Green was the headliner.
Really? Pat Green?
Yeah.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a long time.
Should I know?
Wave on Wave, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a singer, dude.
He's pretty good.
Is he like Kenny Chesney of the 60s?
No, he's a good dude.
Real deal.
Yeah, he's a real deal.
We just had one of our companies put up tents for Bill Murray performed here a couple of nights ago.
Here?
Yeah, at the Greenville Threes.
Oh, he was probably here for the BMW.
He was, and it was Bill Murray and his blood brothers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of being a part of the TopTec family. It's whenever I see our products up somewhere, there is a little bit of like
Pride.
I'm in Arizona. I went to an outdoor art exhibit, and I'm like looking up underneath, and kind of hoping to see the logo. And so, I mean, obviously, you probably don't have to work anymore. What keeps you?
I go every day. I mean,
Yeah.
we go
I'd
every
say
day.
out of most people that I know, owner-wise, Jeff is one of the most hands-on that I know of. I mean, he's at every install. He's at doing, not everyone, but majority of the big ones. I mean, he's doing all the site visits for the big stuff.
Yeah.
And that kind of segues in, like, you have in Macon, very successful name in Macon. I mean, y'all have done very well in that area.
Yeah.
And then you took a leap of faith.
Oh, listen, that was that.
Let's talk about it.
Why did I do it? I went to the show
And we're talking about he moved. He's opened up another branch in Texas.
Yeah, I got a Google page and website. Did the whole thing. I met a guy at the show, and he's just a solid dude, good guy from Texas, and he introduced me several others, and he said, "I need you to help me with a structure. You mind coming?" I said, "Man, I was loaded, truck's loaded." I took off and stayed out there and did it. Hey, let me back up a little bit. So about 2006, my brother was still in the business. My brother and I grew up doing it. And he never did anything else, and until now. And so I'd gone to college, worked here. I couldn't stand it. It was just one of those that I just didn't like it. I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I had to get away. So I went back to cowboying and trucking, and met some guys in Texas, lived in Texas for a while, and came back, go back out there, come back, go back out there, come back. And about 2006, I'm working in the business, married and all that. And so, man, I can't see it. Y'all are running it the way you want to run it, and you don't need me.
Yeah.
I'm your number one tent installer. I don't want to do this.
Not forever.
I'm just not here. So I went back to cowboying full time. Went to work for the largest seed stock grower, Angus breed in this side of the Mississippi, and he had a place in Texas, and so he banished me to the Briar Patch again, sent me to Texas, and come back to Georgia, and sent me to Texas. And while I was out there, I met my bootmaker, and he and I hit it off, and he was just a good guy. And so, 3 years ago, I came back to Georgia, and 2011, my brother calls me and says, I'm thinking this is the end road for me.
So he was wanting to get out now.
Yeah, 2012, he called me February, and I was running a stockyard and riding horses and shoeing horses for people and checking cattle for people. One February, Sunday morning, he called me. He said, I'm done. You can have it. I said, it's a fine time, brother. I mean, why now?
Yeah.
I'm just done. I'm done. I'm out. I said, all right.
You're just coming out of the recession at that point. I mean, Davis and I are a little bit younger than you, so is that like just immediate post?
We didn't ever see anything. I mean,
Really?
I mean, everybody talked like this was an awful thing. Now, the guy that I was working for, the biggest guy in the country, that was the Angus guy, yeah, he went under because he was in the construction. That was feeding the Angus, that was feeding the ranch. But yeah, he went under.
Construction, yeah.
Yeah, he went under. But as far as the tent business, I didn't feel it.
It was
I
almost
didn't
like
know it.
COVID. Like with COVID, it was good for us.
It's like,
Which is crazy.
well, I don't see the issue.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Anyway, so you get back to that. I got real serious. I called. I got off my horse and went to the guy's place, and I said, "I'm giving you a 2-day notice, and today's the day, and I want my money. Don't call me anymore. I'm going to go take over my dad's business."
Yeah.
That was it. I quit the stockyard at that moment, and went back to the tent business, and sat down with my dad and said, "There's 2 things, you're going to retire, or you're going to sell it. Which one is it?" "Well, we can talk about it." "No, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to be your, So we had that uncomfortable conversation. It lasted for about 1.5 years, and he said, "You need a partner. I see that you're not going to sit down. You're not going to be that guy to come in the office, and so you need to find you a partner. You can grow it leaps and bounds. That's not an issue, but somebody has to be there to check the mail and write the checks." "Well, I can learn it." "No, you can't learn it. No, it's either you got it or you don't." And of course, I'm the business part of it. Brian's a business part of it, but Brian's really good at keeping the thing moving. So anyhow, so we bought it, and my dad, of course, is still heavily involved.
He can't
Every
help
day.
it.
Still to this day?
Still
He
to
can't
this
help it.
day.
How old is Pop?
He's just had a birthday. He's 49 model, so what is he, 77?
Yeah.
That's a blessing not only to have your Pop, but to have him in your life working on a daily basis.
Yeah. So we bought the thing, and we're 14 years in. Well, about year 10, 11, the thing's paid off, and we owe a little bit of money on a piece, a couple pieces of equipment, that kind of deal. And I said, I see a hole. I'm gonna go fill it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try it. Well, go, do your thing. So I take off, and I live with my bootmaker.
Yeah.
His wife had passed, and so he had an empty house. And I just started selling jobs, just getting after beating the bushes, answering emails, making phone calls,
The whole shebang.
working 5 in the morning to 11 at night, just trying to make the thing go.
Yeah.
And
Trying to make it work.
bound and determined. And we landed, 4 or 5 pretty good gigs. And then I just started meeting tent guys and, business owners and whatnot. That's how it's evolved. That's how it's worked. It's nothing, there's no magic sauce, and there's no, my personality and getting after it kind of guy. I don't sit still very, very good.
Yeah.
Very
I'm the
long.
same way. I can't sit.
You can't make an outside dog an inside pet.
It's
It
so
just
hard.
ain't gonna happen.
Like I love when I have to go do an install because I'm like, out of the
Finally.
office.
He
today.
complains. He's like,
Finally.
I sold a 30 wide to a new dealer, and I have to go this far away, and I have to do the install. And the second he pulls out the parking lot, you just see him fist pumping in the air, excited.
I love it. I
Here's
love it.
another one, and again, I'm going to press you a little bit just because you're a man of faith and a man of success, and some people out there might be a little bit too insecure. In those nights when you were trying to make it work, 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., you ever have any moments where you questioned, is this going to take off? Is this going to happen? Did I make the right choice?
Oh yeah. I mean, I threw a computer up against the wall, I don't know how many times.
Hell yeah.
Frustrated and you know, you get beat out by, you know, $15 and you're
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
crazy.
gotta be kidding me.
I think every young person, when they see you or they see Mr. Richardson or like
Yeah.
a Brandon from down, all they see is the finished product driving a nice truck, and they don't see the 10, 15, 20, 20. They didn't know that you were living in a house with your bootmaker, throwing a computer against the wall. And I think one thing, and the tent industry, Davis, just about every podcast this topic comes up, it's very familial. It's one of the
Yes.
only businesses where
Yeah.
competitors will typically help each other. And when you're going through that moment of like, is this business going to make it? Can I feed my family? Like that's a very like it can shake a man to the core, and it's a very lonely experience.
Fortunately, I had great people around me that, you know, kept all of that, just not bottled, but, you know, I had opportunities out there where if I didn't want to answer the phone, I could go shoe a horse, or I could get on a horse, or I could go look at cattle, or you know, where I lived at the moment, you know, I could throw a rock and we'd be, you know, on a 15,000 acre ranch in just a second, you know, and that kept me where I got to keep my head together. If I didn't have that, I don't know, man. But at the same time, you know, I was blessed in the fact that I could go day work wherever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There isn't too much I couldn't, you know, I'm not going to tear up your equipment. I'm not going to wreck your truck. And I'm not going to, you know, I know how to, you send me out with a crew, I can put the tent up. Not a problem. But at those moments, yeah, Mike, he would come in. He would come in the boot shop. That was my office. He would come in the boot shop and tell me we needed to go walk. And we had a 5-mile loop around the house that we would do that at, you know, 6:30 in the morning, and then cook breakfast and talk, and, you know, I mean,
Get your mind right.
yeah, he just kept my head together, and of course he wouldn't. He was not a lazy guy, you know. So how you get started, you know, it's a it's a delicate process. Who are you going to be married to with your equipment?
Yeah.
Because once you start buying, you don't swap. You don't keep. Well, let's try this. You know.
You don't want to mix and match your inventory. Yeah.
Yeah, and then how do you keep employees? And you don't want to mix and match.
Yeah.
All this stuff. So, yeah, it's a very delicate, and you're all the time, you know, every one of your guys is selling.
Mm-hmm.
So
everybody on that crew is a salesman.
Every person that's an employee is representing you.
The brand
Yeah.
as a whole. And each individual person that has a touch with a customer, that's an experience they're going to remember. So they all got to be on the P's and Q's.
Yeah, when I cowboyed for that ranch, it was, you know, you wear the brand, and you operate on the brand. You go and help your neighbor always, and you know, it's just
and that's one of the things that's so weird in our industry, and you see it too. I mean, your competitors are also somebody that you keep good touch on because you might need the sub brand, or you might need Devin from Amazing to come out and do this for you, or you know, somebody else. It's like you said, our industry is one of a kind in my opinion. I mean, I can call another manufacturer if I'm out of material, and 9 times out of 10 they'll say, "Yeah, I've got a roll I can send you."
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the most important thing in our industry is you don't want to be enemies with your competitors. That your direct competitors need to be some of your best friends.
Yeah. There's healthy competition is fabulous.
Yep.
It pushes the industry ahead as a whole. Healthy competition makes the industry better. Petty, passive aggressive gossip and negative stuff will.
I don't deal with it. I don't hang around with those. I mean, and pretty much as a whole, this industry is, is the coolest.
Yeah. And something you said earlier too, for those guys that are starting out, one of the most important things that you said was go to the shows.
Got to.
I mean, Matra, it's the best networking show
By far.
every year, because it is the tent show that happens every single year.
Every year.
And it's only focused on the tent guys. And
it's the best.
I mean, I've met some of my best friends at these shows. Like
Yeah.
people I can just pick up the phone and call and ask their opinion, and they're going to give me a straight answer on it.
Everybody's out drinking $40 scotch and whiskey, and this kid's got his tailgate down 138,000 miles on his last truck, drinking beer out of a can with 5 or 6 businesses.
We have the parking lot beers.
Hey, I had to set up I had to set up a velvet rope, Mr. Holloway. I was the bouncer, and I'm taking tickets to get people into Club Davis West.
That's good old Kyle for
That's
you.
80% true, by the way. That story's about 80% true.
Yeah, Kyle's big on that Busch Light now too. Kyle Richardson.
I don't know how y'all do it. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how
You don't know how we do Busch Light?
It's just water
I
with a
don't know
little
how you
twang to it.
TopTec's coming out with our own IPA microbrew next year,
right.
so we're going to release it at Matra. Do you? I'm going to jump. I'm going to guess here. One of the things I do in business, I try to be quick to investigate and slow to implement. Would you say that's kind of the way you operate, like open-minded to industry changes, but slow to, like you're not just going to throw anything at the wall or buy any like fad of the year?
I mean, you can. I had never had a real good success rate at that. I mean, you can spend your life savings on keeping up with the trends if you want to. But man, never been good for us.
Do y'all have a garden tent down there?
Man, anytime I mention that, that magnet falls very, very fast. I'm like, dude, we got to get one. We got to own. I don't think we got to own anything.
Yeah.
We don't have to do any of that. We're really good at right here.
Mm-hmm. Be good at what you do,
And I do believe we're going to get one in the future. We will have one, but
it's got to stay on the road though.
Yeah,
or be a permanent setup someplace.
Yep.
Yeah.
The people that I see being doing this well, that tent travels everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not a regional thing. It's one that it lives on 18-wheeler, and if they're based out of Georgia and they're going to New York with it, or it's got to travel.
Yeah.
Because what you have to get for those things square footage wise for what they cost, it's got to make sense to get it on.
Well, your tops alone don't last.
Yeah.
And so you got to maintain and you got to build new ones constantly.
Yeah.
And so, it's a massive expense.
Yeah.
In that, but
is there a reason why you think those tops for those don't last? Is it just because they're clear?
Yeah, it's just the material. I mean, it's just not going. You get 3 rentals out of a clear top, you've done something really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't keep it up very long.
Yeah.
Well, I know you have a store in both Georgia and Texas. When I was down in Texas, and you have friendly conversations, right? It gets personal, especially with our dealers. And I do know that Texas is doing pretty good per square foot for rentals. So I'm happy for all of our dealers down there in comparison to, certain parts of Florida.
Yeah.
They're struggling to get even close to the dollar per square foot.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Just for fun and my knowledge, what would you say the biggest difference between operating in Georgia and operating in Texas is, if any?
It's competition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really tight.
Where's it tougher?
It's in Texas.
Yeah.
It's really tough. It's tight lip.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some big guys.
There's some huge guys in
There's
Texas.
just some huge guys, and I'm this little boy that came from. Yeah, where are you from?
Yeah.
That kind of deal.
What are you doing out here?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you cowboying or are you putting up tent? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
It is tough. Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
It's really tight-lipped, and there's a healthy competition, but it's big.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, anybody can squash me in a second. In a second. I mean, you through here.
Yeah.
Is there a Jeff Jr.?
No, I don't think so.
I meant more as like everybody. It's every tent company I see. There's whether it be a son, a nephew, or even just a good employee. Is there somebody in the works that'll eventually be the new Jeff Holloway?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so.
You'd love to keep it in house rather than sell it off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
How do you cultivate an employee like that when you're looking for somebody next in line of succession?
Yeah,
Is it succession or succession?
That's the $64 question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Fun.
I don't know what I got in my pocket right now.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you look around and, I've been asked, hey, what's your exit strategy? I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. What are you
What
talking
do you
about?
mean, what's my, who has an exit strategy? I mean,
Yeah.
what is your plan? And we were asked, when we first got into it, well, how long y'all going to do it?
Till we can't no more.
Yeah. I can tell you, I'm 50, I'll be 51. I can tell you that I slowed down. The switch went off. It's taken me, Friday we, did this massive setup in out in Texas, and it took me 2 days, to get over. Usually let's go put up another one. Oh, hang on now.
Yeah.
It was a lot,
Yeah.
You there with a great crew, great group of guys that knew what they were doing.
That always helps.
Oh man, but still, 100 degrees and it's
Humid.
you there's no time to. I think I gotta go get something to eat. Ain't no time for that.
That's the thing we talk about. I think we talked about it on our last podcast
You better bring your lunch.
with Greg. It's like, in our world, that date and that time is that date and time. You ain't got no more. I mean, like in construction, it starts raining on a construction site. They shut down and go home for the day.
We steady in it.
You can't do that with what we do. I mean, there's a date that has to be up and ready, and that's your date. And there's nothing you can do but get it up.
Yeah.
If it's chilly out, the electricians go home on a construction site.
Yeah.
Yes.
The plumbers start
Oh,
Yeah.
finding their pickups.
Yeah. Yeah, they start looking for that 5 o'clock hour real quick.
Yeah, we're going to get something to eat. Who do I want to take this over? I don't know. Do I want to sell out? No.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you now. And that's a foolish statement as a business owner. That's a very foolish statement. It's always take the money. Get out. Why are you doing it?
Yeah.
And this is our legacy. I'm second generation. I'm hoping and praying somebody within our family, within Brian's family says,
I want it.
move on now.
Yeah.
I got this.
and if we got a 35-year-old out there, he's got 2 30 wides, and he's just trying to make ends meet. Let's say he works a day job, and he's on the fence about whether or not to join a MATRA or an ATA or an ARA. Can you make that pitch for him as to why he can't afford not to join,
I don't know that you got to join it.
or at least be
gotta be
present?
You gotta go.
I mean,
You better go put up the 30 wide again, get you some money, and get on a plane.
yeah.
You heard that, John Q. Public. If you're on the fence about whether or not to go to
I mean,
MATRA,
just telling you, man. And I've told, I don't know how many guys, hey man, you're going with me to Matra. We're going to make it an adventure. I'll meet you at the airport. We're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I've said, I don't know how many of them, hey, you're going. I'm telling you, you got to go.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's all for the camaraderie. It's all for the networking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to go see a new tent. Okay, call your guy.
I mean, you can get pictures of that.
Come on.
It's about being there, and
It's about the late nights in the parking lot.
yeah.
I'm serious. I sat down with the big guys, Phoenix and all those guys. I mean, I had to pull them aside when I first got going. I mean, I literally slept in my pickup truck. I couldn't afford a hamburger. I had a credit card, and I knew I was going to get there. And that truck I had almost 390,000 miles on it. And I get there, and it was, I can't remember it was in Orlando.
No, it was
So
probably
first-
ATA then.
It was the IFAI.
Yeah.
It was when I first got serious, got back in the business. And I'd purchased it. And I can't remember the hotel. Anyway, I get down there and I sleep in my truck. And fortunately, I knew somebody was coming out. I said, "You mind if I go in your room, take a shower, and I'll be right back out here." I sat down with as many that would listen, that I could talk to, that I could
pick some brain, you know.
Tell me, all right, where do we go? I know I'm going to get in a structure. Tell me give me some pointers. I know that we have to buy a sailcloth. Where do we go? I know that, and then how do I sell it?
Yeah.
I mean, what do I do? And you'd be amazed at how many guys will sit down
and tell you a blueprint.
I mean, it was like an open book.
Yeah.
And I came home, after 3 days of, finally was able to sleep in somebody's room. Come here, man, you staying over here. What are you doing? Well, I got a sleeping bag, cuz I'm good. No, we're not doing that. But anyway, finally was on my way home, and it was we're going to make it.
Yeah.
We are going to do it. And this is my focus now. And, it came from there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, those, like you said, those conversations late night in the parking lot, you can get a lot of info if you ask the right questions to the right people.
You heard it here on Pitching Tents. If you can't afford booze, you hit up Davis in the parking lot. And if you don't got a bed to sleep in, apparently Mr. Holloway is going to let you. You can have 7 cots on the floor at the Marriott.
It doesn't matter to me.
We have a coworker that travels the country and lives in his vehicle sometimes.
That's you. Yeah,
I bought a horse trailer here a couple years ago, and I finally got an office in Texas, and I live in that thing.
Yeah.
Like expenditures are minimal. We not. I don't.
It match. Have you ever seen them? The diesel camper vans.
Yeah.
I reckon I put 50,000 miles on the road last year. 55. I would.
Yeah.
I was everywhere from Nashville. I was in Canada last year. I was in Windsor, Canada. From Detroit, I was out on the eastern tip of Montauk. I was up in Boston. I was down in South Beach, Miami earlier this year for one of our conventions. And like you said, that when someone says like, "Oh, you have a fun job and life's easy," I'm like, "Well, the road's good for 2 things. It's a good time to talk to God. It's a good time to listen to God.
That's right.
And it's also a great time to check on your clients." And Davis, it's funny. I've known this is the first time I met Mr. Holloway. He's spoken about you several times in high regard, and
really, don't believe all that.
There's a couple. He's Davis has a man crush on this fellow named Bowen.
Yeah,
he's
Bowen's my babe.
Out in Mississippi.
I mean, Jeff, seriously, when did we really become tight buds?
In the
ATA.
No, you came to my office and we stood out there in my 5-acre field for an hour.
Yeah, that's right.
Were you nice to him, or was it like a Mr. Richardson situation? Were you?
Oh no, we immediately had so much in common.
Yeah.
That it was a no-brainer, but still to this day.
I think we sat on a piece of frame for an hour.
Yeah, and just talk.
Yeah.
We started talking about life, and not even tense. We just talk about life.
Yeah.
And,
you were going through a patch.
Yeah, I was. I was going through a patch.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
You have a hay straw at the side of your mouth?
No.
As the sun set over the
mountains. We both had a lip full of backer, though, just sitting there talking.
You need some?
I don't. I'm good right now.
I got some.
I'll have to spit at that point.
Is it wrong that you in here?
No.
I'm 3.5 months tobacco free.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's on the. You're on the Rogues now, though, aren't you?
No, I'm not on the Rogues.
Cardboard bottom too, son. That's the original.
That's from the same people who made you Lowe's Burger, German brand, Copenhagen manufacturers. This is just tea. Tea and a little.
Right. I can't.
I'm getting a hip replacement this year, so you got to be nicotine free prior to a joint replacement for 60 days.
How old are you?
40.
Good night.
Yeah, he done blowed out his hip though.
you can't wrestle and squat 600 pounds. I was a reckless, like you said before, the body don't bounce back the same. When I was 25 and, people try to give you fair warning in life. And I'm like, what do you know? You've only been alive 30 years long. And,
Looking back now.
Oh, my God, man. I used to laugh when people would do yoga and stretch and have like a healthy body weight. I'm chewing tobacco, just double fisting energy drinks, bench pressing 500 pounds, staying up all night. I'm like,
I'll be fine.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, we rodeoed back in college for, 4 years, and I can feel it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting old when you sneeze and something's
cricket
wrong for about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a matcher this year up in Atlantic City?
No, I'll fight you over that one, yeah.
Over what one?
Oh, I'll be there. I'll fight you over not being there. I'm going.
Yeah, that's always a good show there.
It's always a good show.
It's a good layout, too. The parking lot's perfect.
Yeah.
If
Hotels are nice.
If we get a chance, my father, may he rest in peace, he was a professional stand-up. Atlantic City was my backyard for big part. I'm going to get you a sandwich at the White House, world famous, every entertainer, YouTube, man. Like,
really?
In Jersey and Philly, they call them grinders, hoagies, whatever you might want to call them. But there's a few places in Atlantic City. I took the other team up there this year, and
just real good.
Oh my God! Just let the come for the friendship, stay for the diabetes. That's kind of
heck yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it. And those match events too. If you can have the XY axis right where fellowship, business, and education can all intertwine. Been about 9 here with all of our products here at TopTec Industries. Matcher was the most. I would say it was the most, and people said that it wasn't a buying show. We made so many good connections with folk.
It's great.
It was the most efficient of all the shows that I've been to.
It's 100% my favorite show to go to.
You're on the board.
Well, I have to say that, but not really. But like it really is.
No, I'm saying that's how much you support it. You could be on the ARA, you could be on the, and you choose Matra.
And ATA, I think ATA is a great show. It's just every other year. But with Matra, I look forward to going to Matra every year. Like it's like, November's coming. Like it'll be a good time to catch up with all my buddies.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So we made an adventure. I fly into Philly, and we're gonna ride the train from Philly to Atlantic City. I'm the only one in the whole city with a hat on and boots. And
didn't Kiefer Sutherland and Woody Harrelson do a movie about that?
Yeah.
Urban Cowboy or
no, it's
City Slickers?
The Cowboy Way.
The Cowboy Way thing.
Anyway, I walk on the train, and that night the doggone Eagles are playing the Cowboys. Oh my Lord! And I mean, it was like everybody goes.
Just me mugging you all.
And I went, and Pete's right in front of me, and Pete goes, he turns around, he's like,
take your hat off.
Who are you? And so I go to sit down next to Pete on the train, and he goes, he puts his bag there, like, I don't even know who you are. And I sit across, and he goes, all these. And they're all, I have this Copenhagen Skull Pro Rodeo bag that I carry everything. I got that on my shoulder, and every one of it's all a sea of green. And I went,
Then you, and then there's you.
Man.
The sore thumb sticking out.
And where are y'all from? And Pete's like, I don't know. I'm from here. I don't know him. She goes, where are you from? You from Dallas? I said, no, ma'am, New Mexico. I'm from New Mexico. Ma'am. And there was all of them were like, what you doing over here, boy? And I was like, we just on the train.
Put tents up. Put tents up.
We're getting out of here.
By the time anybody watches this, it'll be old news. But are you a Rockets, a Mavericks, or a Spurs fan?
I care less, man. I don't care.
I just want to let it be known that my New York Knicks last night come back from a 29-point deficit in the third quarter. So
yeah, I couldn't tell you about that. I watch baseball right now, but that's about it.
Well, maybe the NBA wants to run a tent one day for the All-Star weekend. So David Stern, NBA commissioner, if you ever watch this podcast, we here at TopTec would love to supply everything
every tent for you
for the draft. Well, you said you did the Texas Rangers, right? Not the Houston Rock, not the Astros. It was the Rangers. You did their 200th and disregard. No sporting events ever.
I've done,
PBR, anything?
yeah, I've done several of those rodeos and whatnot, but the Ranger, it was the real Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't know if there were any cool
The
things.
white shirts and gold badges
And the guns.
and the guns.
Yeah.
The cool stuff, hey, I'd done a ton of sales and marketing things that, were jam up. But the weddings, hey, I had no business being at the Ritz. What are we doing there? What you doing? You go out back. Yeah.
Yeah. You were supposed to come in the back entrance.
What are you doing? Yeah, that I've just been blessed to go to these places that, it shouldn't have been some of the coolest people and all that.
If any of you folks out there at Matra get to meet Jeff Holloway, he can tell you how to. I mean, in all sincerity, you're at that. You said you're 51 years old. It's I'm a little younger than you, Davis, a little younger than me. There comes a point where, you spend the first. I would venture to say you spend the first 40 years of your life learning, having experiences, and if God sees it fit to give you another 40, you spend that kind of mentoring, teaching other people how to have their version of happiness. Or
that's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
You got 7 years.
Yeah, I gotta keep grinding for 7 years before I can start telling people.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at 50. It's a little late to start over.
Yeah.
That's I own a little charity here in town, so it's I can usually pick up on somebody if they're organic and authentic or not. Like in
Sure.
Mentorship, discipleship, whatever, however you want to word it, it's all the same, right? Like as iron sharpens iron, so may one man sharpen
That's
another.
right.
Yep.
And
Right.
in this industry, I did boat docks and seawalls back in the early mid 2000s. That was my first foray into construction, and they would slander the next company. Nobody would try to cultivate an employee. The owner of that business would actually keep people segmented so they couldn't learn the whole industry. And this will be my upcoming, my third full year in the tent industry. Everybody basically wants to help somebody else. And when somebody does open up their own company, there's actually almost some sort of a pride. I've seen people, like if you watch somebody else who has a nice truck, 2,800 square foot house for him and his wife, and they're going on a trip on fate, you can be, hey, I played a small part in helping that young person learn how to fish as opposed to just.
Yeah, that's exactly
For
right.
sure.
I'm very glad I got to meet you today, Mr. Jeff Holloway. This was, and not many folks make the, thank you for making how long take you here?
No, I don't know. It's a couple hours.
Nah, it's about 3 hours.
Yeah, it's right up the road.
Yeah, it ain't far. Well, we're about to go get a cheeseburger now.
Yeah. All right.
Get some kangaroo at Saskatoon. Don't be
Saskatoon.
cheap, Davis.
We're gonna go get a real cheeseburger. Jeff, I appreciate you coming on, boss.
Yeah, man.
And let's go get some cheeseburger and some cut fries.
Any parting words or?
Be it Matra.
Yeah. You're exactly right. You want to help, whether it's the guy down the street or the guy in the next state. If we're not, then we're not doing anything to better the industry.
Correct.
It's how can we? My whole thing in farming, cowboy, and whatever, I wanted to see something progress every year.
Mm-hmm.
Where you want to be, and I've asked this question to my guys: where do you want to be this time next year? I'm not interested in your money. I could care less. I mean, that ain't gonna help you.
Right.
If you need more money, there's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying?
You'll always chase a dollar.
But at the end of the day, where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go at the end of the day? Where do you want to do? What do you want to do next year?
I want to be the type of man when I see somebody sleeping in his truck says, "Hey, Bubba, I got a couch." Like that, what you do for the least of your brethren, you do for me. There's a book that I read where the guy kind of makes a loose reference to that. And there's
sure.
And it's funny, like water seeks its own level. That's.
Well, it's the same in the tent business. I get to work with several guys that, they have 20 buys, 20 by 40s, and might have a 40 buy in their inventory, and you go help them. I want to see them, if they call and ask, "Hey man, I got this that just came through my email, man, take the job. What is the problem? Take it. Go do it. Encourage them. You know what I mean?
It takes so little to put hope into people. We live in a society that's very jaded,
That's right.
and a lot of folk fall in a hole and they decorate as opposed to climbing out. And
That's
it's a lot more attractive for some people to pull someone down.
Mhm.
Like if you ain't know what you want to do, a lot of times you get offended, you get uncomfortable around somebody else who's doing the right thing. And I don't mind stepping on toes. It's kind of my natural set point. But I if I got 40 more trips around the sun, like I intend to be successful, kind, and
Absolutely.
go to Match or Jeff Holloway's putting you in the train station. You heard it here on Pitching Tents.
I'm not putting anybody in the train station.
That's how you get back to Philly. That's how you get back to the airport.
That's how you get back to Philly, that's for sure.
Put on a cowboy hat when the Eagles are in town. And
I tell you what is my question is, what's the deal? Why do they hate each other? Why do the Eagles and the Cowboys hate each other?
I couldn't tell you. I don't even follow college football.
I'm from New York. The Giants and if Philly hates everybody. It's the city of brotherly love, and that's BS. There ain't no and there's a jail in the bottom of the old. It's called the Vet, I think. That was the old Philadelphia Stadium, and I went to. We're going to change the names and places to protect the innocent. One of my buddies was a bunch of Philly fans. Like the women were throwing beers at me and my buddies in Giants jerseys. Like Philly is. But
ruthless.
if you do go there, go to Pat's, go to Geno's. Those are the world famous cheesesteak spots, and it is a cool city. But the Yankees, Red Sox, the Oakland Raiders, and the Kansas City Chiefs. There's part of that rivalry. I think some of it's almost there's pageantry to it. I think some of it's just for Clemson and USC here in South Carolina. Go Tigers, by the way.
Yeah, good Tigers.
But that and Davis, if you're I would say this was probably the most. Organic, heartfelt. It's funny. Whoever watches this today, you probably didn't learn a lot about the tent industry, but hopefully you learned a little bit about Jeff Holloway.
I can tell you about where the tent industry is going.
Tell us that.
I think it's moving in that direction of structure and sailcloth.
Yeah,
you're going to see a lot less guys stretching vinyl and pole tents.
Yeah,
the regulations now with your cities, your municipalities are. Getting away from the staking, and you can't, you're not going to stretch it. You're not going to put up a tension tent with ballast.
Right.
I see it just heading in that direction. It's going to be a lot of frame structure, and then you're going to get the beautiful bride at the beautiful plantation and bride doing the sailcloth.
Yeah.
That's where it's all.
That's where the trends are pointing.
That's where everything, yeah.
We've got new sailcloth on the horizon, so
they were working on it right outside.
Use promo code Davis for 7.5% off any future Nantucket purchases.
Yeah.
Davis has a new baby, by the way. So if you haven't bought TopTec,
buy two, I'll give you a better discount.
You're going to have to see a lot of guys be trained forklift, telehandlers, man lifts.
Yeah.
Y'all use lulls in the tent industry?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Class A CDLs is going to go to a big flatbed, big truck. That's just where it's
headed.
headed.
You have to move the weight around now.
That's where it's headed.
Yep.
And you can't see that, then open the door a little bit wider.
I was about to say wait 5 years and then take a look out the window again.
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal. Fiber is, going in underground, and nobody knows where it's at. Nobody can point to it, and they all are telling you.
When you call locates, they won't give you.
I mean, they're close.
I hit one with an excavator about 5 years ago. Like, got the locates, they flagged out. They were 7 feet off.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like 2 feet off.
That's just a glimpse. You're talking about the training and getting everybody certified. That's where it's headed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, I think the idea is one day when your codes official comes out, they want somebody that's been certified to sign off saying this tent's been installed properly.
That's where it's headed.
Mm-hmm.
Your big cities, they're already doing it.
It's already doing it.
Yeah.
And they're already requiring engineer documents, et cetera, from us. I mean, I'm sending engineering documents to people every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
And it's not just your fire marshal. I mean,
No.
it's city officials.
Yeah, it's your code officials and everything else.
Some of those are in states you wouldn't expect.
Oh,
like Florida, you would think that
Virginia is nuts right now.
Oh,
I just assumed that a state that leaned in a specific direction would have a little bit more lax, and that's not necessarily the case. You know, it's non-discriminate.
These code officials aren't seeing color. They're just going out there and wanting to see all the details.
Yeah.
But
So anyway,
There you go. Yeah, buy structure tents coming soon from here at TopTec.
yeah, we're
And buy the Nantucket. With that, Mr. Holloway, thank you,
You bet.
so much for a
pleasure.
sincere
Thank
good time. Jeff Holloway from Macon in both Georgia and Texas. Davis West, the smartest man in the tent game. And I don't know what I bring to the table, but hopefully it's something. I'm Ray, and for that, we're out.
later, taters.
Thank you.